Pokemon has always been a weird and interesting franchise, but it can get even weirder than you may think. While most Pokemon are either really cute or really cool looking, some are very creepy and bring up more questions than answers. I am your sometimes host Flip, and today we are talking about 10 of the creepiest Pokemon around.
10.
Going all the way back to Gen 1, Drowsy has always been a weird Pokemon, and it's pretty easy to see why. While you may think that this is just a tapir-based Pokemon that stands on two legs, it gets much darker than that. Be careful when you go to sleep, as this psychic Pokemon may be standing above your pillow, and if your nose starts itching, then Drowsy may just be eating your dreams by sucking them out through your nostrils. That actually is pretty creepy, and personally, I have been waking up with bloody noses recently. Makes you think, doesn't it?
9.
Pokemon is no stranger to having weird objects come to life. Hoenn Edge is a literal sword who later evolves into even more swords. It was once said that this Pokemon is an enchanted sword possessed by a departed spirit. If one should try to grab the sword by its hilt, it will attack you, or worse, it'll take you by its sash and wrap the grabber's arm in it. It will then slowly begin to drain the life energy from the grabber's body, leaving them dead. I know swords are cool, especially sentient ones, but just be careful before trying to pick it up, or you may never pick up anything ever again.
8.
If you thought that real-life ancient Egypt was creepy, then making a sarcophagus a sentient being should be something to fuel your nightmares. Pythagoras is a living sarcophagus, say that 10 times fast, which by itself should creep any person out, but it gets worse. Way worse. Pythagoras, or Pythagorai, whichever way you would say it, are known to pretend to be these beautiful, elaborate coffins to coax grave robbers into trying to rob them. Once they try to, Pythagoras then traps them inside their body and in some cases mummifies them. Tales have also told that this Pokemon will even trap anyone who gets near it.
7.
The dark depths of the ocean already seem creepy enough without knowing what's down there and how many things that can swallow you whole. Some Pokemon that lie in the waters are simply trying to deceive you. Take Gorbiess for example. This Pokemon's looks are to show off elegance and to other Pokemon beauty. But don't get fooled by this pink sea snake, as it has more in store than you may have bargained for. When Gorbiess finds its prey, it jams its needle-like mouth into the victim and begins to drain all the fluid from the prey's body, leaving the prey dead and the Gorbiess glowing with joy. I guess that's why Gore is in the name, right? Mixed with Gorbiess sounding close to gorgeous, this is one of those times that you shouldn't be fooled by appearances.
6.
Talk about being even more scared of random everyday objects, Lamphun makes life a bit more worrisome for a few. The flame burning in this Pokemon's head represents the souls it absorbs from the newly dead, usually found around hospitals as it waits for people to pass on to collect their said souls. Lamphun is a highly feared Pokemon for this reason, as if you see one floating around you ominously, then that might mean you are about to die.
5.
This next Pokemon is definitely one of the weirdest on the list. If you think Shedinja already being based off of the exoskeleton of its previous evolution that shed off equipped with its own halo being creepy, then it gets much creepier quickly. After hearing this, you would think Shedinja should change its halo to devil horns. Its shed body is purely hard and basically uncrackable, and also does not move one bit, almost as if there was no soul there. Rumored and feared by many is that if one were to peer into the opening on its back that looks like a never-ending void, that Shedinja would steal one's soul to fulfill itself not having one. This Pokemon will randomly appear in a Pokeball in your party in the game once Nikita evolves. Now that is creepy.
4.
Phantump is a very creepy Pokemon. It may look cute and harmless, but its past may make you think twice before wanting to capture one. These Pokemon are spirits that have inhabited rotten tree stumps in the forest. What makes this even creepier is that it is said that the spirits that inhabit these rotten tree stumps are young kids who got lost and died within the woods. This honestly reminds me of the creepy kids in horror films, and that's enough for me to peace out the second I come across a Phantump.
3.
As we grow up, we tend to forget about some toys or dolls that we played with as kids and either throw them aside to never play with them again, give them away, or worse, completely throw them away. Well, that is exactly what happened to Bennett. When this doll was tossed away to be forgotten about, a cursed energy begins to flow through the stuffing and brings the doll back to life. If that wasn't already weird and creepy enough, Bennett is said to sometimes search for its once owner. For what reasons? Love? Revenge? Who knows? But one thing is for certain, and that is that Bennett is one hell of a creepy Pokemon.
2.
Our second to last entry goes to a truly creepy Pokemon. Yamask is a Pokemon that once was a human at some point. After that human passed away, their soul was then turned into this weird spirit who carries the mask of its old face from when it was a human. While not posing a real threat to most, Yamask longs for its human life back, and at times it will stare into its own mask to reminisce on its past life, and it begins to cry.
One.
New to the Pokemon games and Pokemon lore is an extremely cute but also very creepy Pokemon, Mimikyu. Right off the bat, you can tell that this Pokemon is creepy by its look resembling a knocked out or dead Pikachu. That is actually a disguise that Mimikyu wears to hide its true self. This Pokemon chose to become an undercover Pikachu to earn people's affection due to the rise in popularity of Pikachu merchandise in stores. Mimikyu is actually a very lonely Pokemon, and by disguising itself is the only way it can try to earn someone's love and enjoyment, because if they are unfortunate enough to see the real Mimikyu hidden in the costume, they will instantly freeze with terror and most likely die right there from shock. Poor Mimikyu. That is going to do it for this list today. If you have any more creepy Pokemon that you would like to add to this list, let us know in the comments down below. I'm your sometimes host Flip, and you can find more of me talking about films on my channel After End Media. Link will be in the description. Make sure to hit like and subscribe here for more videos like this. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.